everyone, NS Tremont 22. I'm dressed in my jacket. I'm about to head out to work. Decided to make this short video before I go to work. Let me turn my music down. This is a little story time, and my girlfriend just texted me. Go figure. I'm gonna give a little story about like stuff I did growing up. It's not my typical YouTube content. I see a lot of YouTubers I know that tell stories and stuff about stuff they did or stuff that happened to them growing up. I was like, might as well do one of me, like tell what I did growing up. I don't know what people are gonna think of me about the shit I did growing up, but I don't care what you think about me. That don't bother me. If you don't like me, then click off this video and go screw yourself. Simple as that. But when I was growing up, no, I didn't have no phone. I didn't have a flip phone at all. No phone whatsoever. If I wanted to call my friend down the street or a family member, I would use either my dad or stepmom's phone or the house phone. The only electronic thing I had was a Wii, a little Wii console for like Wii games, Wii Sports, or what we just got was an Xbox Kinect, I think. I don't know who got it for us, but we would play Xbox Kinect. But me and my friends, like if me and my friends down the street wanted to hang out, either I or they would ride. I would ride my bike to their house, or he would ride his bike to my house. We were just right down the street from each other, and my other friend was right down the hill from my house. My house was up on a hill, and right down our hill was my friend's house, and then right down my road was my other friend's house. And me and my one friend, we would play in his basement. He had hay bales stacked, and my phone just turned on, like the screen lit up because it's fully charged. He had hay bales stacked in his basement. We would shoot bow and arrows. One time, we made an agreement. We're like, okay, I shoot my arrow, then you shoot yours, and we both go and retrieve ours. Well, my friend forgot the game plan. I don't know what would have happened if this would have went differently, and it scares me to think about what would happen what would I be now if that would have went different. He shot his arrow, and my mind's like, okay, we're still doing like we've been doing this whole time. I shoot mine, then we both go retrieve it. Nope, I think he forgot the game plan and went to go retrieve his arrow right as I was letting go of mine, and it was like this close to going, like hitting his head. Like it went right over his head. I'm like, he's like, and he's yelling at me. I'm like, dude, you said once I shoot mine, then we go get ours. Why did you start walking? I'm trying to think like, what would I be and what would he be like if that would have went differently? If he would have actually got hit in the head with an arrow. It's scary, but. We would sled a lot down the hills and stuff. I remember one time, me and my friends were sledding, and we were like, let's build a ramp, because me and my sister used to do this out of school right down the street when we used to live in Annville. But where we used to live up in Perry County, we had a big hill, and me and my friends were like, okay, we don't have school, school's closed, let's go be assholes, let's be stupid, okay, let's do dumb guy shit. And just know, we were like 12 or 13 years old, we're just going fucking ham. We're crazy. My friend's like, let's build a ramp. I'm like, cool, let's go. We got our sleds, the ones that you pull behind you, those long ones, and we packed snow in. We brought it to where we were building the ramp. We built it, and I still remember this day. And I felt sick as heck after this happened. I went down following my friend, and he went off the hill, off the ramp, good, like clean. It was like planned. Dude, just straight off the ramp, landed it. Me, for some reason, I guess I'm a little overweight, a little unbalanced. I don't know what my sled was not calculated and good. Like it was defective. Chinese, you need to work on your shit. Like the Chinese sled was not good. It was defective. Send it back to the Chinese. You gotta fix your shit. Because for some reason my sled didn't want to go the way he did. My sled said like, fuck you. This ain't up to you. This is what I want to do because you're riding me. Let's go this way. So my sled curved to the right, hit the corner of the ramp, and I was sliding. Hit the corner of the ramp, and then went into a barrel roll the other way because I tried to recorrect it, but I jammed it, like turned the sled harder, and I started rolling. I'm like, okay, I'm just on for a ride. So I kept going and going until I stopped like almost on the road, and the PennDOT snowplow truck was coming through. He's like, dude, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. And I was just standing there trying to hold my balance. I'm like, I might be drunk. I might look drunk right now. I was just swaying back and forth. He's like, you need to go take a break. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. My friends up on the hill laughed, and I'm like, I felt sick after that. I'm like, okay, I feel like I was like dizzy. My whole head was hurting. I'm like, I'm out of this. And me and my friend, he had at his house, his dad built this like it was like a dirt track. It was like an oval, but he said it's mainly for racing their RC cars. But it was big enough and wide enough to race like actual pedal bikes on, like our mountain bikes. And we were racing our mountain bikes around this track. The one end of the track had a big embankment, like it went up the hill, like you came on the straightaway and went up, and then it's like banked like Daytona and then back down. And the other end was just like flat, like New Hampshire NASCAR, just flat, no banking whatsoever, just flat. So I went to pass him, not knowing he hit a little pebble or whatever, or divot, and came to the right. And I was like, okay, I can't go anywhere. The only place I can go at this point is either stop, which I didn't think about stopping. I'm like, okay, I want to win this so-called race that we're doing. So instead of stopping, I went off the embankment. And it's not that big of an embankment. It's probably 10, 15 feet down, not that steep, but on the very bottom was like mud, leaves, like a swampish type area. I ate it. I was down. I was like, okay, but me, as not a pussy as I am, I'm not a pussy, I'm not a bitch, I'm an actual man. I just got up out of the mud, didn't even bother like dusting myself off, just said, screw it, let's go. Round 2, got back on my bike, let's go, run it, send it, fuck, I'm dirty, who cares? Let's go. I want to beat you. I'm gonna win, you're gonna lose. Like, that's me and my friends. As a guy, I was like, I don't give a fuck if I'm dirty, I'm gonna win. Like, I was that type of country kid, and I still am to this day. If I get dirty or something, I'm like, nah, fuck it. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's get this work done. We were just goofing off, having a good time, and we went in the summertime when his grandparents, I think it was his grandparents, they had a farm right down our street. And they're like, I was bored as heck. It was summer, school was out, nothing to do. They were baling hay, so I just went on a bike ride and stuff, and went to their house and saw them riding off in their golf cart to the farm. I was like, hey, what you guys doing? Like, we're gonna go bale some hay, you wanna help? So I was like, yeah, sure. And I don't know how I did this, but when I was strong basically when I was young. Like those big square, not the big Texas bales, the big ones that you see on semi-trucks, like the smaller ones, I don't know the correct size or dimensions by them, but when they would go around the corner or turn in the field and the bale would shoot out, sometimes the bale would miss the wagon behind it and fall onto the ground. So me and my friend Chase, we would be the retrievers. I was a strong mother trucker back then. Like, I would pick that bale up and literally chuck it back into the thing. I don't know how, but I guess it was just like, I'm built for this, let's go. And I just chucked the stuff back up. You might not believe me, but if you see me out in public with my family members, just ask them. They know, because they were there with it. They talked to my friends' parents. They're like, they were at it. They were going for it. And one time we had nothing to do, so they had a cow barn, and above it it's a hay where they store the hay. And me, my dad, my stepmom, and sister, we had a donkey, chickens, and goats on our property. So we would buy hay from them because they were our friends. And they were right down the road in driving distance, and we had a truck, and we picked some hay up for our animals. So, while they were loading hay up and talking, me, my friend, and his brother, just average kids, not giving a damn about what's happening in the world, just living life like we always do. We were doing like parkour, basically, on the hay bales and stuff, just running, jumping, just goofing off, acting like a fool. And sometimes we would go down the ladder to the like, bottom part where the cows were and mess with the cows and stuff. We were just being assholes. And they had a grain cart parked in this one stall. This one stall where you can park a truck or a grain cart, and then it's like 3 stalls for animals. Like it was all cows. Ones were like ones that were just born, then the next one was like older cows, and the third one was like cows that are ready to be like sent out to be out, like killed. And they had a grain cart, so me and my friend were like, let's just hop in the grain cart. Like, it was full of freaking winter wheat. Like, it was packed full. It was one of those old-fashioned ones that has this little wheel to release the hatch, and it slides out the front. It's not one of those new John Deere fancy ones with the glass and the little crank wheel to put the cover up. No, it's old-fashioned square beat metal rust, old-fashioned. So we just climbed up, and we're just playing I don't remember what we were doing in the grain. We were just messing with the grain and stuff, picking it up and throwing it. We were having a good time. And in school, this is stuff about what I did in school. Before I moved up to Perry County, I used to go to school down here in Lebanon. And in our class, they had these little stools, bar stools, that you would turn, but they would squeak, but they would only do like, not like a full 180, like less than that. and you turn like that, basically like the ones you see at McDonald's. But these are old. And the art teacher got so mad because they were squeaky. They were squeaky and rusty. The teacher got mad. She didn't say it to us that she was pissed or anything. You could just tell. When you looked at her, she was mad. She eyeballed you like, she would just give you an eyeball like, motherfucker, I'll fuck you up. And the next day we came into school, and me and my friends, we were like, let's goof off. Let's play with the sheriff. Why aren't these moving? Who the fuck? Like, we're like, why aren't these moving? Art teacher's like, yeah, the janitor came in last night and welded them all still. I'm like, it got to the point where we and my friends were such idiots that we just pissed the teacher off so bad. She's like, no, you gotta weld these shut. No. Like, the teacher got mad. She got mad at it. And then I moved up to Perry County and started school in another elementary school there. And it was my last year in elementary school. It was 5th grade. Next grade I would go into would be middle school and start like with the lockers and shit. In 5th grade it was like the photo class where you take school photos and shit. This girl, I wish I knew what her Instagram was or whatever so I could still follow her. But it was Dakota, her, and then me, and then Taylor Moore, Emily, I can't remember who else. But the assistant girl with the photos that was handing out combs to brush your hair to make sure your hair is good, like how they did that. And I don't know what I was doing or what was going through my mind at this time, but I made a joke to Jordan. I was like, oh, she hot, I want to get with her. And Jordan, without a doubt, without skipping a beat, turned around and said to me, Tristan, there's no time to bust a move. I'm like, I just want to know her number. Like I was just goofing off. And in 6th grade, the Spanish teacher, oh my god, I failed Spanish completely. I don't remember shit I was supposed to do in Spanish because the assistant Spanish teacher, man, she had big boobs. Man, I remember I was sitting in the back of the class with my friends. I would occasionally look back like, oh shit, she saw me. Shit, she saw me. She not looking? Damn, okay, she saw me again. Fuck. And I was just goofing off, having a good time. And my friend dared me. He's like, I dare you. After we leave, it was like the end of the day, end of the week. My friend, he's like, I dare you. When we walk out, say to her, hola, señorita. And I did. I was like, okay, fuck it. I did. Turn around. She has a big smirk on her face. She thought it was funny. And I walk out with my friends. I'm like, I'm feeling like I'm the shit. I'm like, I'm the man. My friends are elbowing me like, there. I'm like, I felt nervous as fuck to do it. But I did it. I was like, fuck it. And this one girl I dated in 6th grade. I was in 6th grade, and this girl was one of my sister's soccer teammates, and this girl was in 8th grade, along with my sister. My sister was in the same grade as she was, because they're on the soccer team together. I don't know if my sister knew that I was dating her friend, but we would all go to the breakfast in school, like in the morning how they have breakfast for the kids that forgot to eat or that were running late. So me and her would go get breakfast just because, even though we already had breakfast, fuck it, it's free breakfast, it's free, fuck it. So we went to breakfast, and on the way back, the Spanish teacher, I'm pretty sure no one loves her, or she just lives alone and has no relationship life, and she's probably trying to take it out on other people that actually are in a relationship, because that's what I felt. Every time, we would have to split up. I would have to go right down the hall to my class, and she would have to go straight through the hallway up the stairs to her class. Right at that T intersection, the Spanish teacher would sit there or stand there to monitor the hallways to make sure no one's being a fool. Because you know, in middle school and elementary and high school, there's teachers monitoring the hallways so they see no kids acting a fool, no one's getting into fights. Understandable. I don't know. I remember this time, like why we were doing this. Before we would split, we started this thing like let's kiss every time we split, and I don't know why the Spanish teacher had a problem with this. Young love, let us be. But she got to the point where she was pissed and had to call the assistant principal. The assistant principal I'm friends with, I never got into trouble. And I would go, like the assistant principal would come and she would be like, what's going on? And the Spanish teacher said, well, these two they're just kissing. It's inappropriate. And the teacher's like, just let them go. Let them be kids. And she was mad. She went right into her classroom like mad as hell. It was so funny. And who keeps texting me? Oh, my dad. Go figure. But in 6th grade, we learned home ec, where you would learn cooking in the first quarter of your semester, and then the second quarter you would learn sewing, which I think that's kind of bullshit. What guy wants to sew? Most guys want to go out, kill deer, drink with their buddies, and act a damn fool. That's me. So we learned how to make cinnamon rolls, because cinnamon rolls are the shit. They are the best. And then we learned how to sew. Me and my friends, dumb as always. I don't know who thought of this. Someone in my group thought like, hey, this is gonna be a cool idea. This is gonna be awesome. Let's do this. And I was like, fine, let's do it. Everyone got a sewing needle. Every student got a sewing needle. Me and my friends stuck this needle through our finger, just right under the skin, and just had it there. And we would wiggle it back and forth. The girls were getting so disgusted, like, ew. Got to the point where, like, you know what? Let's sick them out even more. Bang! It just went like this. Pulled the needle right out, and the girls were losing it. It was the best. And in 6th grade, same grade, I had woodshop, which, to be honest, that was my favorite class ever. Woodshop. Getting to cut wood, build shit. One of the things I built in wood class is actually up on the shelf here that I'm gonna get it down and show you. Just give me a minute. This is one of the things I built in woodshop, which I'm pretty happy about. I want to get new batteries for it and hang it up somewhere. It's the first thing we ever built in woodshop, and it was a clock, which I like this. And it was class of 2010, so it still works, I think. Now I gotta get new batteries for it. But yeah, first thing I ever learned how to make out of wood. So, but yeah. And the girl I was dating, I dated 3 different girls while in 6th grade. No joke, no bullshit. The one girl, the first ever girl I dated in 6th grade was Susan Trutt, also known as my sister called this chick Slutty Trutt, because this girl had like long black hair like a gothic girl, skinny, sweatpants, sweatshirt, looked like a slut, basically like a slut dressed. I'm not going to call anybody out on this, but that's how she dressed. And it was me, her, and the rest of the class, and the tables were set like in a U shape, but the other half of the U was like cut off, so it was like half of a U. Like someone was like, okay, that's it. And I would poke her in the side, just tickle her and stuff. She would go like that, and then the teacher would be he was just not having it. He was like, okay, you guys gotta act normal. You can't be fooling off. So it was like, you and you, switch. And I was like, god damn it. Like every chance I got to mess with a girl, they're like, nope, switch, you're done. I'm like, fuck. Well, there goes that. The one girl I dated in school, no joke. The third girl I dated, I feel like a jerk for this. No, I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I'm just gonna say it how it is. The girl I dated in school, Megan Doherty, nice blonde chick, a little chubby, hot and sexy, my type of chick. We were goofing off and stuff, having a good time. One time I went into the hallway to get my stuff and saw her being bullied. I'm gonna get to the other part after this part. She was being bullied, so I walked up to the guy. I was like, what makes you think you can do this? He's like, what are you gonna do about it? And he shoved me, and I'm like, okay. But he shoved me a little bit, not like a far shove where I would go way past my girlfriend. Just enough where I could just put my hand like this and push my girlfriend away. I was like, I just slowly, like slick as a dog, just went like, boom. I was like, do it again and we're gonna have issues. He's like, what are you gonna do? And he got up close to me. I'm like, and we were staring at each other for at least 2 or 3 seconds. I was like, you know what? I'm done with your shit. I gotta get back to class. Popped him right in the jaw. First ever punch I ever hit with someone. First ever fight I ever got into. And I hit him. He did a full 360 and smacked his face into the locker. I'm like, teacher heard it. I didn't know behind me that the teacher was looking out the classroom. I did not know that. Because I'm focused on this guy and not what's behind me. The teacher's like, you're not being suspended. You're not in trouble. I heard the whole thing going down. He's the one in trouble now because you stood up for your girl, which understandable. And that's me. If I see any guy hurting a girl, I'm going to fight him. Like, you're not about to be a dick to a girl. Now you see why I have a lot of girls talking to me on Instagram, because I'm not a dick. I'm not going to be like, hey, send me a photo of your boobs, or send me a photo of your ass. I'm not that guy. I talk to a girl like, hey, I like your photos. You have a cute dog. What kind of dog is it? Like, I see their photos of their dogs on Instagram. I'm like, oh, that's a cute dog. You like dogs. What type of dog? I get to know the chick. Be normal. Like, oh, I like this type of car. Do you have a dream car? Like, what would your, like, if you could get the dream goal, like, what would the dream goal be? Like, what would be your car of choice? Like, your favorite car? Like, have you ever driven this before? Like, that type of shit. That's how I get to know girls. I'm not a dick like some of you fuckboys that hate me on YouTube. Like, oh, he doesn't get girls. He's this, he's that. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Keep saying that, you lonely bastard. But the girl that I dated in school, Megan Doherty, this is when I had to move to my mom's. I was still dating this girl before I moved to my mom's. I saw her the one day in school. We were having a good time, normal day like usual. Not knowing that night I would be leaving my dad's house and moving into my mom's house and never coming back the next day to see that girl. Which right now is giving me the chills. Like, I'm getting the goosebumps right now. Because it just, I feel like a dick for this. I really do. It's something no guy should ever do, because you're just a dick for doing this. Without a warning, without nothing, I saw her the one day in school. We went about our day. I said goodbye, like when we were going to the classroom, like, oh, I'll see you sometime later. That was it. Next day, and the rest of the day after that, never even saw her ever again, never talked to her ever again, just out of the blue, gone, I'm done. Well, not done, I never even broke up with her. Me and her, I don't know what happened. But if I ever find that girl again, or on Facebook or anything, I'm going to hit her up and immediately like, hey, you want to chill? I feel like a dick. I'm going to ask her if she remembers that, because I do, and I feel like a dick for that. But, and everyone in school, most of the guys that graduated like in 2017 or years before that would agree with this and vouch for this. Like, in school, when I was growing up, we had like Elmer's glue, and we'd put it on our hands, let it dry, and then just sit there like bored mother truckers and just peel it off our hands. Anybody in school would know, like, those little Crayola markers that you could stick together. Me and my friends would use them as like lightsabers and jab each other. That's what we did. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this short little video about like a little insight about what it was like when I was growing up. And now, like, back when I was growing up, we didn't have like Snapchat, we didn't have FaceTime, we didn't have iPhones, I didn't have Samsung. None of my friends had phones. Everyone in my school, no one knew what Nikes were. No one knew what Jordans were. Jordans weren't a thing when I was in school. The hot crave in school when I was a kid were Adidas. If you had Adidas anything, you were the shit. I had Adidas cologne and Adidas shoes. My friend had an Adidas gym bag. Adidas was the thing. No one knew about Jordans. That wasn't a thing. The word gay got dropped daily. If you had this, you were gay. If you had that, you were gay. And my friend Tyler Brooks just brought this up in a text message. He said, spell I-cup. That saying there, that little joke thing, that was popular when I was in 6th grade. No joke. I-cup, I-C-U-P. Yeah, big deal. Yeah, spell it, I-T. Yeah, big deal. Bullshit. That's the stuff that I had to deal with and what was popular in my school when I was growing up. And I was like 12 or 13. That's how old it was. Like, I remember at lunch, me and my friends, we would be goofing off and having a good time. And one day I was like, okay, let's have fun. I started trying to rap some of the parts from Rap God. Not Rap God, was it rap? No, Not Afraid. It was Not Afraid by Eminem. It's like, cut the scissors, cut the crap. I can't remember the verse off the top of my head right now, but I was trying to rap it. My friend thinks I was good, which I don't think I was good. I don't. But like, nowadays you got kids on FaceTime not even leaving their house. They got Fortnite and shit. Most kids nowadays don't know how to get out in the world and actually have fun. And sometime if me and my friends were bored, we wouldn't stay inside. We would go outside in my backyard. We had woods behind our house. And we had a lot of hunting area to hunt for deer, because I wasn't a bitch. I would hunt a deer, shoot the deer, kill it, butcher it, and dinner on the table right there. Nowadays, if you even talk about hunting or say hunting's good or post anything about hunting, there's little snowflakes out there that get butthurt about it. Like, oh, that's bad, you shouldn't kill deers. Well, guess what? I should shove my gun up your ass and fire it off. Like, what do you think they did in the old days? They weren't bitches. They went out, if they wanted something to eat, they went out, shot it, skinned it, butchered it, cooked it up. There you go. Dinner. If you don't like what you got for dinner, you went to your room for the night hungry. You went to bed hungry. Simple. If me and my friends were bored, we went up into our woods and built a fort. We found whatever we could find in the woods, like PVC pipe, old pieces of like wood pallets from stores, and we would like try to build a fort. And we would go around our woods, pretend to be cowboys and robbers. We would like ride our horse, pretend to tie up a horse on a tree, just shoot each other. In the winter time, we would have Nerf guns. I had a shit ton of Nerf guns. We would go around our house just shooting at each other, sniping. My one gun got jammed, so my stepmom's brother, which was my cousin, I think it was my cousin, I don't know who he was to me, But both him and my other cousin, they thought it was a good idea, like, oh, it's jammed. Let's look down the fucking barrel of the Nerf gun while it's still loaded. Let's see if we can figure out why it's not jammed. And my stepmom was like, no, stay there. Let me get a photo of this to show your mom. Like, and they're like this, looking down the barrel of the loaded Nerf gun. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's what you do. And we were just having a good time. I was building a snow globe, or not snow globe, igloo. Like, things have changed over the years. Like, back when I was a kid, like, we actually did stuff together. We actually did stuff as a family and friends. We actually hung out. We tell stories. We would go to places together. We would have campfires together. We would work around the house together. Nowadays, kids don't want to work. People want shit handed to them. It's like, really? Back in my day, if I wanted something off the store, like at a store, I would have to do chores and earn it. Like, my dad wouldn't be like, oh, okay, you want that? Go get it. I'll pay for it. I love you, son. You're my son. I'll just buy it for you and not show you about responsibility. When I wanted something, my mom would say this to me too. She's like, you want something? You gotta earn it. And if I wanted something, I would do chores around the house, like mow the grass, clean up the dog shit in the yard, make my bed, do my own laundry. Now, like back then my mom used to do my laundry. Now I do my own laundry. So, but back then nothing was handed to me. If I wanted something at a store or like a new video game, I would have to work for it. I would have to go places like shovel people's snow for them, mow grass, help my family, my dad around the house, cutting firewood. I would have to do shit to earn my keep around the house. And nowadays kids are just, their parents not teaching them about discipline, not nothing. Back then, if I would have swore in front of my mom or dad, I would have got cracked upside the head. Just, my mom would give me this look, like, and my mom always had this one saying that I remember to this day. She said, I brought you into this world, I could take you out. Like, she's like, my mom sometimes would just, right to the back of my head, just smack me. If I mouthed off to her, bat, right to the back of my head. My dad, if I mouthed off, he would take a wooden spoon from the kitchen and just smack me in the ass. Just smack me. Or sometimes just back of his hand, just bop, right to my mouth. I still feel that some days, that burning sensation. It just, he didn't even have a ring on. He's just like hairy, muscular dad hand, bat, right to my mouth. Just, if I would say something, I would try to dodge it too. I'm like, no, bat, still got it there. You still nailed me. So, nowadays kids are running around with their parents cussing at them, saying this, fuck her and blah blah blah. It's just all mayhem. Like, it's just sad that these parents don't discipline their kids. Like, it's just sad. And people get so offended over the littlest things, which is, it's just funny. Like, this world's going to hell. Like, it's sad. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this little rant slash story time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Learning more about what happened when I was a kid and shit I did when I was growing up. Hopefully the true viewers out there will appreciate this video. The haters out there will just continue to suck dick like always. Let's not worry about them. But I'm gonna end this video here. I gotta get my shoes on because my shoes aren't on yet, and I gotta get to work. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.